Hi guys, I'm back. You saw the video I did a few minutes ago. That was, I spoke with Tracy from City Hall. She really didn't have much information. She said she was going to check into it and have somebody call me back. Um, but for now, we're going to call the mayor's office and see what they have to say about their wonderful plan that does not seem to be working whatsoever. I'll give it a few minutes for some people to get in here, and then we'll make some calls. It appears that my notifications are not going out, so I'm not sure what's up. Well, it might be working this time. The numbers are going up. Well, 2 anyway. We'll give it just a couple of minutes and see if we get a couple more people, and then we are going to call the Goshen mayor's office and see if we can get any explanation on what's going on with the homeless shelter and the warm-up shelter. See what they've got to say. Let's see if I can move this to where you guys can see the phone numbers I'm working with. Yeah, might help a little bit. Sorry about my sloppy handwriting, but okay. I'm gonna go ahead and call the mayor's office and see if I can get any explanations. Let me see here. Where's the phone? Oh, there it is. 533 9322 9322. Can you guys hear that? It's ringing.
City offices. This is Tracy. How can I help you?
Oh, hi Tracy. I believe I just spoke with you on another number, didn't I? This is James.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
I
do have caller ID. Are you calling around trying to find a location for someone in particular, or now you're just kind of doing some homework?
I'm just doing homework.
Okay. All right, me too. I've got a note down. I've got your name and contact, what kind of questions you had, what our website offers.
Okay. Another question I have, in the place I got the address of the warm-up shelter is at the at the window. They have it posted, notes posted on the walls and the windows that warm-up shelter is open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So
and that is correct.
That is correct?
That is correct.
So they are going to...
What the window does the daytime, and because what I did is I walked into the mayor's office, and I asked a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because being new. And he said the window is where they go during the day, and in the evening from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., they are welcome at the interfaith place.
Right. I'm kind of getting an idea on that, but the letters, the notes on the window, at the window are saying that the warm-up shelter, and they give the address of 105 South 3rd Street.
Yes.
They're saying that is open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's what the letters at the window state. And then if you ask the people at the window, you cannot be inside of the window all those times. They allow certain times, a few minutes here and there during meals and stuff, but you cannot be at the window all that time. You can go in for a few minutes during certain times, but you can't sit inside there from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And the notes, the notes that are posted on the window state that the warming shelter at 105 South 3rd Street is open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Well, and the mayor even told me that the warming shelter at the Interfaith Church or Association is 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay, and I'm just confused because a little while ago you told me that that was open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is what it states on the website.
That is their normal working hours. It did not, and I did say that, working hours, not homeless assistance. So that was the difference of what I told you on their website.
Okay.
Was their operational hours were from 9 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
But I found nothing that advertised on their website that they assisted with warming shelter from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And that's why I went in and asked the mayor.
Okay. Somebody may want to.
I was confused.
Somebody may want to. You know, there's a lot of confusing misinformation out there. Like I said, the notes posted at the window say that the warming shelter at that address on South Street is open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and you're saying that is correct or incorrect?
That is correct.
Okay, so they're going to be allowed to stay through the night there at the warming shelter.
Right.
Okay, and during the day, what are their options during the day?
The options during the day, and I haven't had but 10 minutes to research this myself, is the window is their access, and that's all I know of in Goshen. And so I've got questions to a person who kind of heads up that information and posted it on her website, asking her, where are these postings? And if I were homeless, where would, how would I know where to go to get this information? Now, granted, a lot of people in Goshen who are homeless have been homeless for a while, and they have worked in the, but they've appeared in the city of Goshen, and they've been given tents and blankets, and we've had fundraisers, and we've just had a mayor's open house that did hats, gloves, boots, coats, tents, anything that somebody, if you were homeless, you might need.
Okay. How many, do you have any statistics on how many people took advantage of that?
What was done is that information or all those supplies were given to, I'm looking on our website and it says homeless resources, and it lists at least 9 different places. Mostly 3 or 4 of them are basically substance or mental health, and that's not always the case in a person who's homeless. So you have Basher for children, you have Goshen Interfaith Hospitality Network, that's the one you and I are talking about. Right. You have Oakland for the mental, the Window, and Faith Mission in Elkhart. And then there's a different Elkhart County Women's Shelter. So I am just now starting to dig in my heels to find out information.
Well, I appreciate that a lot.
Get involved or have information. If somebody comes through my door, I know where to send them and what to say to them, or if somebody calls, I have answers. And so everybody here, seriously, there is a compassion for the homeless. We can't fix them, but we certainly can try to accommodate some of their needs. Something
else that I wanted to point out that apparently nobody was aware of is, I don't know if that is still active or not, but the last solution I heard from Goshen City, the mayor's office, was that bus tokens were going to be given so people could travel to the mission in Elkhart to stay overnight.
The faith mission,
Okay. Is that still being allowed? Are there still being bus tokens given?
To my knowledge, like I said, I haven't been involved. I did read the same probably article that you did regarding the newsletter, and that there are tokens being offered to people to accommodate to get them to the faith mission.
Well, another problem that we've come up with that particular solution is that, and I don't know if you're aware of this, I'm guessing probably not, but before people are allowed to go to the faith mission, they have to have valid ID and go to a police station and have background checks done to make sure there's no warrants and there's no criminal history before they are allowed in the faith mission.
Right.
And most of the homeless people I've come across have no valid ID.
And you know that for a fact? I mean, you ask them if they have ID because
yes, I've talked to a lot.
People meet outside our
Well, I've been in the homeless camp that's down there by the river. I've walked around there multiple times and talked to people. When I hear about these solutions and everybody down there sleeping in tents and stuff says, I have no idea. I don't have that information. I don't know who to talk to. Nobody's told me about this. I've talked to a lot of these people in person, and this information just is not getting out to them.
Or are they not remembering? Because, wow, I mean, they aren't new to being homeless, and they've been in Goshen for quite a while, a lot of them.
And there are a lot of new people. Like I said, I was in the homeless camp yesterday talking to people, and there are quite a few new ones down there that don't know anything about any of this.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, bear with me. I'm just trying to get involved myself and find out as much information as well. This is obviously an ongoing thing in our city, and there are people here that do care. So,
and I understand that. I understand that, and I believe that. I understand that, and I believe that. But I'm just, I'm trying to point out that, for the people that do care and are trying to come up with solutions, I'm just trying to point out the flaws in the system, so you guys that can actually do something about them can make them more accessible to the people that need them. Because, most of the homeless don't have internet access. They don't have cell phones. And a lot of this information that's being distributed isn't getting to them.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I certainly appreciate you sharing the note that was on the window in regards to the time, and maybe there was some confusion there. And, maybe we can reach out to them and just confirm what kind of information is being put on their windows and just make sure that that's proper information. Okay.
Now, just so I have a decent understanding, because I'm on my way back to the homeless camp this afternoon, and I'm gonna talk to more people. So just so I have a basic understanding at this point. So the warm-up shelter is going to be open from 8 p.m. to, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. for people to stay overnight. And during the day, the window is going to allow them to stay there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I don't have what the window's hours are for the homeless for warming. Like I said, I've only been working on this for 10 minutes and looking into that. So I don't have that information. You were the one telling me what they have on the window outside.
Right.
So that the homeless can see that.
Right.
So that one I cannot confirm, but I did check with the mayor, and that interface location is open in the evening from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. for warming through the night.
Okay.
Of course, availability, obviously. So hopefully, I've not been there. I don't know how big the facility is.
It's actually pretty tiny. I was there yesterday. Looking through the windows. It looks pretty tiny. But is there any qualifications like the background checks and stuff that they have to go to the
qualifications to just warm up? I don't think.
Well, I mean, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Are they allowed to stay the entire 12 hours, or is it just an hour cutoff, or?
Well, let me check something real quick. Can you hold?
Sure.
Thanks.
I'm holding in. Yeah, and this is the problem we're running into, guys. Everybody's saying different things, and we can't get straight, accurate answers. And if I can't, with 2 cell phones, a car, computer access, how is a homeless guy out there sleeping on a bench supposed to get through all this gobbledygook and know what is actually happening? I said gobbledygook. That's funny.
And maybe take a minute to look at our website if just for your knowledge and familiarize yourself with people that we are partnering with. And I just got told by the mayor as he was walking by, I stopped him because I am unfamiliar and it bothers me not to know these answers. But if any nonprofit company right here on my website, if anyone walks into those shelters, are able to reach them, they're given tokens. So the police department in Goshen walk in, ask for a token on a daily basis, given to, I think it's for there and to get back. There is no required background check.
Yes, there is.
Giving you that.
Call the Faith Mission. Call the Faith Mission. I spoke with the directors of the Faith Mission in Elkhart, and before somebody can stay there overnight, they have to go to the police department and have a full background check done. If they have any warrants or any criminal history, they are not allowed to stay there. I've spoke with them personally. I've spoke with the director personally.
And you wouldn't, I guess criminals can be homeless too, or if you are an alleged criminal, then you might be homeless as well. And no discrimination should be made there. I guess it's for protection of the people that go to the Faith Mission.
And it is.
For the background check.
And it is, because they house children also. And that's what they told me.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
Somebody that has a warrant for loitering or a traffic or something like that doesn't have that option,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And there's probably some flaws in this system, but at least there's some kind of system attempting to do better.
And that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do is get accurate information so so everybody's on the same page and everybody can be given accurate and consistent information. Because like I said, right now, every person you call, every person you talk to has different information, which half of it is inaccurate, like the signs at the window that say that 105 South 3rd Street is open. Well, apparently now you're telling me that is accurate information, that it's open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Right.
But,
and what do they have? Do they have 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.?
They have 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. on the signs.
Okay.
Okay. But it was confusing when I spoke with you earlier. Yeah.
Yes, you would think, and 8 o'clock is awfully late. But anyway, the way it gets dark and everything. So just know that I'm putting my feelers out there. I'm going to try to have someone with this information call you back. But the mayor did suggest that I direct you to if you've already spoke to the window and you've already spoke to Faith Mission, these are the people that work with other nonprofit organizations that bring in the clothes and bring in the shoes and
Yes, and I've spoke with a lot of them, including yeah. Right.
So here's a thought for you, Jim. We have a Board of Works meeting every week. If you have something that you need to present to the floor, we just need you to come into the mayor's office and work with Jo, the assistant to the mayor, and have her put you on the agenda.
I have actually tried to set up several meetings with the mayor, and it has not been effective so far. I have not been invited to speak with him at this point. I did get to speak with him one time.
This would be the Board of Works,
right.
So that everybody is on board. That's why they have a team, and it isn't just all delegated by the mayor.
Right.
So there's other people that get involved.
Right.
This is just the process that I've seen since I've started here, that it is acts and performs as a city, not just as a mayor who's in charge like the president of the United States.
Right.
And so I would say that, they try to the mayor, not that he wouldn't give you that, but presenting it to the board, people that set out, that are in the public, also come to these meetings.
Right.
And, you might just spark somebody. Sometimes volunteers are so limited. People don't want to volunteer their time. It's like worth more than gold.
Exactly.
Time is more valuable than money. Yeah. And most people don't want to give it up.
And like I said, I know there are things in place to try to come up with solutions and stuff. I know that people aren't just turning a blind eye, but my main goal right now is to get the same information to everybody, so people aren't getting inaccurate information, and
Right.
the people that need the information have access to correct.
Access to it.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. And if you are that hands-on, and there is a background check required, I mean, from now until March, cold weather is here.
Mhm.
So what is wrong with, if they're downtown, people of homelessness are downtown, why not step into the Goshen Police Department, do what they need to do? They have a certain obligation of doing what's required of them. I mean, we can't drag them down there. You can't wait until it's bitter cold out, it's midnight, and you need a ride to Faith Mission.
Right.
But you haven't taken any steps to do so, to make that part of your community. I need your help. I want your help, so I'm going to do what I need to do.
Well, actually,
mentally challenged.
actually, I did do that a couple of weeks ago when this was first put in place with giving bus tokens and sending people to the Faith Mission. I did make an attempt to go through that system and go downtown and get the bus tokens, and I was going to ride the bus, and I was going to, walk through the entire process, but I got nowhere. I got nowhere with it. I couldn't even find anybody that knew what I was talking about with bus tokens, and that's how I found out about the background checks before you can go inside the Faith Mission, and that's where I found out a lot of this information.
So people at our police department don't know anything about the program, or who you spoke to did not know anything about the tokens and background checks?
That's correct.
Wow. Do you remember who you talked to?
I talked to, it was Assistant Chief or Deputy Chief or whatever it was, Hub?
Sean?
Hub, I believe his name was. I did an interview with him on camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying, that's exactly why I'm saying, and I'm getting frustrated with nobody has,
Yeah. What time of day do you remember? Like mid-afternoon, first thing in the morning?
It was, let me see, it was an afternoon, early evening, I believe.
Okay. And say his name again?
I believe it was, he was Assistant Chief or Deputy Chief Hub.
All right.
Or Huff.
Hub?
It started with an H, I believe. I'd have to go back and look at the video.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I just, I had some names here, and I just wondered if I had any of those names. Hubbard. How about
That could be it. That could be him, yeah.
Bill Hubbard? Okay. All right. Sounds good.
But
I will,
that's where I'm at, is I'm talking to a lot of different people, and even with my resources, I'm getting confused and running into misinformation and brick walls, and I'm just fighting to try to get a lot more availability to the information and accurate and clear information distributed to the correct people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I tell you, if you'll give me some ample time, and we were closed yesterday, obviously, so, but just so I can direct you to a person that would be of most assistance to walk you through the Goshen process.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of what it is. It starts with Goshen, and then the nonprofit organizations, and then the homeless, and obviously where the information is to obtain from, and then how to get to.
And if you could also possibly check, while you're doing that, check with the Faith Mission and see if there are any loopholes to that that background check and stuff, because a lot of people are, I'm sorry, but a lot of the homeless are afraid to have contact with the police department and stuff, so that's why a lot of them aren't utilizing that particular avenue, because they don't want to have to walk into, or they aren't able to walk into the, they may have a ticket that a warrant has gone out for or something, and they don't want to end up in jail by trying to find a warm place to sleep,
Yeah, okay. I'm kind of disagreeing in that if you have a warrant out for your arrest, why are you not taking care of that situation? Again, accountability. We have to be accountable.
Right.
Why don't they?
And that makes sense, but
okay. I mean, get at the point right now. You're cold and all that good stuff. So I'm going to let you go and get off the phone here and see if I can't start digging into some of this. I did write that down.
Okay.
For the loopholes on the background checks.
Thank you.
So give me some time, and I do have your name and phone number, and I'll see what I can bring your way.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, well, I don't know that we actually got any answers. I'm going to read the chat a little bit. Yes, Justin, there is a background check if you want to stay at the mission, which it sounds like when they originally came up with the plan, that was their plan, was to give all the homeless bus tokens to leave Goshen and go to Elkhart to stay at the mission. But they have to pass background checks and stuff to be able to stay at the mission. It sounds like now they are trying to come up with another solution, which is the faith mission, or no, I'm sorry, not the faith mission, but the warm-up shelter at 105 South 3rd Street in Goshen. But there's a lot of confusing information going on about that. Some are saying that it's open from 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., 8 in the morning until 4 p.m. as a warming shelter, but then she's just saying that it's open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. It's all different information. Nobody seems to have the same the same answers for the same questions, and it's, like I said, I have internet, I have cell phones, I have a vehicle, I go talk to people face to face, and I can't get the same information twice. How is a homeless person supposed to, access this information? I'm going to scroll back for a minute and read some of the chat. I'll be back with you guys in just a minute here. Hey, Indy Blue, how are you? Legalizing freedom, and that's the thing. We do have a lot of people in the community, a lot of different people and different organizations and stuff that are getting involved in trying to help. But what it comes down to is the information is not being organized properly or distributed properly. So when it comes down to it, somebody trying to get assistance or get help or get a warm place to sleep gets so many different types of information and so many different answers, and given bad information or incorrect information, it's just to the point where they can't follow through and actually get any help. Thank you, Justin. I'm trying. I'm trying, but it's a confusing mess. Hey, Canada, good to see you. We just got off the phone with some people from the mayor's office and city hall, trying to clarify some information about the homeless shelter, the warm-up stations, different information that's being given. I really don't think we made any progress at all. That's just my opinion. I mean, she had some answers, but it brought up more questions than answers. She says she's going to check into it, and that is Tracy from the mayor's office. And Tracy also answers the phone at City Hall, apparently. But she says she's going to check into things. Exactly, Canada. Nobody had a straight answer. We got several different types of information. We were told several different things. So we still don't know any accurate answers. And, I'm not throwing them under the bus. I know they're trying. I know they're trying to come up with some solutions and trying to help out. But there's so many different people involved and so much misinformation being distributed that, when you're out there sitting on a bench in the cold and homeless and don't have a cell phone, don't have internet access, it's hard for anybody to get this information. I can't even get straight answers with cell phones and internet and cars. Everybody I talk to gives me different bits of information and says completely contradicting things, and it's just, it's a mess. Anybody, there's the phone numbers, and you'll end up with Tracy at both phone numbers. And she does sound concerned. She is trying to get information, and she is trying to get straight answers. But she doesn't have those at this point. She does say she is checking into it and going to try to get everything straightened out and get us some accurate information. But at this point, it's just more confusing than it is anything else. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for stopping in. I'm going to have to take some Tylenol. That gave me a headache. But yeah, we basically got, I'm going to call it no action or no accurate answers. We got a bunch of different answers, but none of them none of them were absolute or you know, I would get an answer and then I'd ask a specific question about that answer and it would change the answer. So I don't know where we're at. I guess I just wait for her to call me back. She said she's going to call me back or have somebody call me back once they get it all straightened out. But, you know, even the people that we're relying on to assist don't know. So that makes me wonder if anything is actually being done or if it's just a breadcrumb trail to follow around in circles with no actual solutions. But we'll see. We will see. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut this one down, and I will go back live again later if I get any callbacks or if I come up with any other information. I will keep you guys informed. Thank you for joining me, and stay warm and safe, everybody. Have a great day.